So we were like actively fighting on like two different fronts, like 8-year-olds and then like their millennial parents who just treated this whole weekend like it was spring break. And it was utterly exhausting. Hi guys, it's Bria and welcome to my channel. Okay, so I'm feeling real low down today. This is my first day off from the worst week at work that I've had in like a really long time. Like I've had a terrible week at work. And I spent today doing like absolutely nothing, just trying to decompress. And so I kind of wanted to just rant about customer service and like millennial parents not parenting and just the mess that was this past week. But I'm also kind of excited because I bought this a couple weeks ago, or like a week and a half ago. And I have not opened it because I was waiting to open it on camera. So I got the Woobles. Is it Woobles? I think it's called Woobles. And I'm pretty sure everybody already knows what this is. So this is supposed to be like a knitting, crocheting kit for beginners. Like, so it has everything you need to make the item that you purchased, and it's supposed to be geared towards beginners. And I've never crocheted a thing in my life, and so I'm hoping that I can do all this from the instructions. Like, it has a step-by-step like video thing, but I'm hoping that I can just do it based on whatever instructions are in here. Oh snap. I really thought that we'd be able to finish this in this video. I don't know why, I just thought that this would be really quick. Dang, I'm just noticing. It says time to complete 3 to 8 hours. So we'll start this, and then if I finish this before I upload this video, then I'll show you in the video. 3 to 8 hours. Okay, cool. So I just wanted to, we'll start this and we'll see how far we get in this video. But this past week, we were preparing for the arrival of 3 youth hockey teams. And all of the kids in these teams were 11 years old or younger. Most of them were quite a bit younger, actually. And, you know, me personally, like, I expect kids to be kids. Like, I expect that kids are gonna be loud. They're gonna be running down the halls, and you know, they are here for like a hockey tournament, so they want to play hockey everywhere. But I think the hardest part of this week has not just been like me standing in the halls yelling at kids like, guys, stop running, please, thank you, over and over and over again, and telling kids, guys, you can't play hockey here, go outside, or go. We gave them a conference room to play in, and they still chose to play inside the hotel. And so I was literally just walking down the halls over and over again for 3 days straight. I'm just like mentally taxed, gone through it. Like I just mentally have been struggling, emotionally, mentally just struggling the past 3 days, because the amount of noise that I've had to endure for the 8 hours that I was on shift for 3 days straight, it just was like I had this pain in the back of my head, just stress, just from how bad things went. And it was funny, but not funny. Ooh. So I got the donut, I don't think I said it, I got the donut crochet kit, and it's supposed to be like a mystery, like, of which donut you get. And so I think I got the purple one, which I wanted the purple one. Yeah, it looks like I got the purple one because this is purple. But yeah, I anticipated. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. Can you see it? It's like a crochet hook thing and it's got donuts on it. That's so cute. But I anticipated it just being crazy because of the kids. But it turned out the parents created just so much more stress for all the staff involved. They were the ones that truly treated the hotel and this whole weekend like their spring break. And it was just really upsetting, to be honest. Okay, so that's everything in there. So we've got stuffing for the donut. We've got 3 different colors of yarn, or whatever this is. Yarn. I knew that. So the purple, we got blue, and then, well, we got 4 colors. And then we got this pale yellow. And then we've got pink, if you can see that, hopefully. So we got 4 colors. And then we've got this little baggie here. I think they're supposed to be googly eyes. This is, it comes with some plastic eyes. And then the instructions. This is so cute. Oh my god. It's so cute. Wee woobly bits. This is so cute. Oh my god. Like, look at the packaging on this. Like, I'm a sucker for some packaging. Like, do you see that? Do you see how cute that is? It's adorable. And this whole weekend, I've just like, you know how things get so bad, you start questioning, like, why am I even here? What am I doing with my life? Do I like my job? Like, it was just, things were not going well. And it was just the fault of the parents, to be honest. Like, for those of you who don't know, I am currently working and living in Northwest Montana. I work in Whitefish, Montana. And one of the things that I learned pretty quickly is that, you know, we're really, really close to the Canadian border. And we get a lot of Canadians here. What the heck is this? I think this is going to be way more intense than I originally thought. We're going to have to move, I think, to my dining room table. There's a lot here. Oh, I thought this was going to actually come with, like, the instructions, but I think it's just the step-by-step video thing. So, yeah, we're going to have to move to the dining room table to do this. And then I'm going to have to pull up the video, I guess. Okay, so we're now in the dining room and I'm gonna try to get all this stuff back out. I'm kind of scared now because I don't know. They make it seem like this is like gonna be so easy, but like now that I got everything out, I'm like, oh my god, there are steps to this. Okay, so I pulled up the start. The concern on my face is real. I think, I don't know why I went into this not realizing just how much of an actual skill crocheting is. And girly, my fingers are like cramping. I'm like, oh my god, like I need like all of my fingers on both of my hands to do this. All brain cells firing at the same time. Pew pew pew. Okay, so I've just done like a single stitch. And now I understand why it says it's gonna take like 3 to 8 hours. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. This is probably not gonna be finished tonight. It's just, I don't think it's gonna happen. So you guys are gonna have to follow me on Instagram and I'll just have to post a picture of when it's completed because I don't know. Just because I still feel like I'm not all that well, just from how poorly work went. So just more about that, like when it comes to these kid groups, like I mentioned, like I expect kids to act like kids, and so I'm not 1,000%. I'm not like surprised that kids acted the way that they acted, but it's like the parents seem to not care at all. And one thing to mention, and I think I started to mention this before, the Canadians have this reputation in this area of using this, like the Whitefish area, the Flathead Valley area, as like their own Tijuana, because, and this is what I'm experiencing and what I've heard, is that like the alcohol is cheaper here, and I've seen groups of Canadians who will come and they'll just have like cases upon cases of beer. Like these adults, these parents of these like kids were drinking all weekend long, just like sitting there with their kids, and they've got stacks upon stacks upon stacks of cans of beer. And I've just been like, what are y'all doing? But that's what they do. Every time they come, they just drink galore. But it's like, how well are you tending to your kids when you're like intoxicated? Like, I kid you not, 2 of the adults, I don't know if they were doing this for TikTok or what, but like one of them was filming, and then 2 of them decided to do a cartwheel in the lobby. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. And I just sat there and I gave them the most judgmental face imaginable. I was just like, and they were like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, again, they're intoxicated. They're drinking their little White Claws and their Stanley cups. And of course, kids follow behind what they see. And so immediately after they did that, then their little kid does it too. And I'm like, obviously, why not? Mom just did it. Why can't I? And it was just like, it would be different if the parents were trying to actively assist in making sure the kids were respectful. But it's like, they just seem to have no like care about just being mindful of you're in a public space. They just didn't seem to care. Like, why do I have to go down the halls telling your kids in your presence to stop running? Why aren't you telling your kids to stop running in the halls? I've got noise complaints because your kids are just running, and you're just sitting there just... Okay. So we were like actively fighting on like 2 different fronts, like 8-year-olds and then like their millennial parents who just treated this whole weekend like it was spring break. And it was utterly exhausting. And now let me try to figure out how I'm gonna do this. You know, for those of you who weren't watching me, who hadn't watched the last video, I talked about how like I bought a Lego set and I really enjoy putting something together with my hands. So that's why I bought this, because it's cheaper than Legos, but this has got a learning curve. Like, I feel like I underestimated how much, how difficult this was gonna be. Okay, so let me start back up. Okay, so I think I just made 2 of the chain stitches, but I'm hoping that this is tight enough. I don't want it to be too loose. But okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so I feel like I'm doing pretty well right now. So at the moment, I'm working on a chain stitch. I've made 5 stitches. I don't know if you can see. I've made 5 stitches here, and I have to make 18. 13 more. Math. I'll put it on the screen. Mental math is hard when you're still got a headache. I really just underestimated how difficult this was going to be. I really thought I was going to be able to sit here and talk while doing this, but there just ain't no way. But yeah, apparently this is just a thing with this area, where people will come here and then just, Canadians will come here and just drink up a storm. Like this is their Tijuana. So this is definitely not the first time I've seen like Canadians come over and just like drinking up a storm, causing all kinds of mayhem. But yeah, this past weekend was just rough. I mean, just as an example, just how bad the parents were. I had to go upstairs because there's a noise complaint, right? And I expected there to be kids just running down the hallways with their hockey sticks, right? Wrong. So I get up there and I see no kids, but I'm hearing music blaring like through a speaker. And I turn a corner and there's a room, door wide open, and there's just 8 people. These are parents in the room drinking and blasting 3 doors down on a Bluetooth speaker. And I was just like, I literally looked around like in the room like, because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, guys, it's literally after 10 o'clock at night. You know, quiet hour started at 10. Why are y'all acting this way? Like y'all kids are the ones downstairs running amok unsupervised. And y'all are up here like this is your chance to relive your high school glory days. Like, what are we doing? It was stupid. It was stupid. And I, as the manager, have to put out all the fires. Sorry, I had to switch out my battery, but I'm the front desk manager, so I've got to go put out all the fires. So I'm just watching them have just a grand old time in their room. And obviously I can't let them continue on like that because after 10 o'clock at night, quiet hour started at 10. And so I walk inside the room and I'm like, hey! Like I'm just yelling like, hey guys, like what are we doing? Like just yelling because you can't even be heard over the music. And I'm like, guys, it's quiet hours. We need to turn this down, like right now. And this was just the entire weekend. And I still am mentally, emotionally exhausted from it all. So yeah. I was so happy. And wait, on top of that, everyone seems to be losing their minds when it comes to weed. Now listen, I'm not a weed smoker, never have been, don't plan on being one. But you can do whatever you want to do, boo-boo. But what I don't seem to understand is in this state, at least in this area, people seem to not understand that you can't smoke indoors. And so not only am I getting noise complaints, I'm getting complaints about the weed. And then on top of it, the fire alarm goes off because there's people inside their rooms smoking. And it's just like, since when you know we can't smoke indoors, right? Like, I don't know if it's that people don't realize that also pertains to weed as well and not just cigarettes or what. But the issue with the weed has been going on for a really long time, actually. And by really long time, I mean probably last couple months, where people have just been smoking inside their rooms. And with weed, it can be really hard to determine where the smell is coming from, i.e. to be able to like actually confront people without inadvertently accusing people. Like, you don't want to get into the point of you don't want to end up accusing people and being wrong. Like, nah. So you have to be absolutely certain that whoever you're confronting is actually the person who's smoking the weed. And that can be very difficult. And so when people are asking us to do stuff about it, like, oh, so-and-so is smoking next door, da, 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 it's like, I have to be 100% sure that that's them, because if not, they're gonna be pissed that I just woke them up at 9 o'clock and calling their room about weed, like, you know. But I don't know, it's just been a hard time recently, just as a manager, having to deal with all these complaints and these issues that pop up. Like during the weekend, apparently one of the kids was outside at the hockey, not outside the hockey, was outside at the hot tub and ended up like slipping and falling and hitting his head on the concrete outside. And like the mom was trying to say that, oh, like he tripped over something outside, like an electrical box or something like that, which I was like, okay, I'll have to like get someone out there to see about that. But she didn't tell me until the next day. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just been a lot to deal with recently. And sometimes I'm just like, I enjoy my job, but other times I just want to like go to work, do my job, and go home and not have to worry about anything. But I'm always like stressed about, oh, is this all right? Or is this group got what they need? Did I communicate that? Like as a manager, there's just so much more to think about. And I don't know, I just recently have just found myself like really exhausted with it all. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to at least finish this chain tonight. I don't think I've done this perfectly, honestly. Some of it looks like it's not right, but we'll see. I have to make 16 of these and I'm halfway there, so. So this is what I've got right now. And my only concern is that the video, like her circle looks a lot bigger than mine. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Like I'm too far in this to like go back at this point. Like I passed the U-turn point, so I'm just gonna have to keep going and hope that that we didn't do something wrong here. But I checked to make sure, because this is just supposed to be the loop that's got the 18 chains, and I did 18, so I don't know. This is learning a new skill. Like, because I'm so focused on making this donut, I forget that this is an actual skill. Like crocheting is a skill, and I like that it's trying to teach you not only like how to make this in this point in time, but also like how to read other patterns that you may come across, so that you can take these skills that you've learned and make something outside of just like the Woobles thing. Like I finished a section. I'm gonna try to show you the section I just finished. And it's not really much of anything yet, but this is a lot to get to. Like this is not no little bitty easy little thing. Like this, it took me a second just to get this. But now like we've got to a stop, and now it's trying to tell me this is the verbiage that you would find in other like patterns or instructions, which I think is really cool. But I'm about to wrap it up because I can tell when I'm not like absorbing any more information, because I'm starting to get a little tired. But yeah, you're just gonna have to keep out for my Instagram. I'll probably show it in a video like once I finish it, but honey, I almost quit. Me and my little sausage fingers were like trying to get this hook into the yarn, and I'm like, no. I almost put this thing down. I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of hard. But it's challenging, and it's good to kind of like challenge yourself every once in a while. Yeah, this has been a little bit of a weird video. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you feel so inclined. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.